Oh, no, we spent the
I'd like
day
to call this
together.
meeting of the Palmyra Borough Council to order. Would everyone please rise for Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence for the armed services. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Brenda, may we please have roll call?
Counselor Andrews is absent. Counselor Catalani.
Here.
Counselor Flegel.
Here.
Counselor Caroli.
Here.
Counselor Rydell.
Here.
Counselor Touche.
Here.
Counselor Shear.
Here.
Mayor Miller. Here. We have a quorum.
Okay. Just a reminder for everyone to please silence all cellular devices during the meeting. Thank you. And council members, please turn on your microphones if you haven't already. A special visitor tonight, Antoine Molinelli Fooster from Boy Scout Troop 456 is here to request permission to conduct his Eagle Scout project in Heritage Park.
Hello, I am Antoine Molinelli Fooster, and I want to request making renovations at Heritage Park. So here is my Eagle Scout project plan if you want it to pass it around. Around like 6 or 7 pages in, it should like begin. So yeah, I am planning to renovate. Thank you. I am planning to make it Heritage Park at located between East Cherry Street and South Franklin Street. It's near my house, and I've seen it before. And I want to make it cleaner, safer, and more enjoyable for everyone. I'll do this by remulching the area and like de-weeding, and removing all of the graffiti from any play structures that are in the area, in the play area per se, and I will finish off by repainting the animal rockers that are also in the playground area. This will make it look a lot more well-maintained than it does currently, and I feel like it would make it more fun for the community, and it would make it more of a safer environment for people to share, and communicate. And yeah, I won't need too many materials. I am going to figure it out with Lowe's and Long Nursery, like which is located like behind like the KFC and like around the grocery outlet area. I am going to see if they can sponsor me. The mulch and all of the materials that I need, I'll also go to Lowe's and ask if they can sponsor me. And then I am going to buy fundraiser chocolate bars and create custom holiday postcards in order to finish up and buy the rest of the costs. So the materials are gonna be $379, supplies are gonna be $29, and total cost is gonna be $609, which you won't really have to worry about, but it's good to let you guys know. And yeah, it's gonna happen around March. I have the date here. it's like the 20th and March 20th to March 23rd, which is a long weekend. I am going to get volunteers from our scout troop to work with me. And yeah, that's my proposal.
Just a little background for council. Antoine came in and I met with him, and he asked me whether or not it would be okay to do this project, and I told him that you ultimately have to give him permission to do it, but that if you approve this, that I will work with him to see him through to the end of his Eagle Scout project. He came in, I was very impressed. He was very prepared with his presentation and agreed wholeheartedly to come here before all of you for a thumbs up, or if you have any questions, please, ask him.
I'd like to make a motion, we permit him to work on Heritage Park.
I second that.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye. Sorry, Anthony. I was just looking. Very well done.
Thanks.
Yes.
Opposed? You are very well prepared.
Thank you.
Very admirable.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am super happy with you. You are definitely a great young man, so congratulations and super luck with that. And I hope everything goes like you planned.
Thanks.
And thank you, Brenda, for working with
Sure.
us.
Antoine, is this your only copy?
No, that's for you, Keith.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's an area towards the end for the beneficiary to sign. If you could possibly do that. Yeah, it's right at the end. Oh, and there's also the final 2 pages are gonna be for you to keep, and like pull out because it's for the beneficiary.
We'll get you everything you need in order for you to be able, you've got council's approval. So if I can't sign it tonight, I'll get it to you, because I have your address too, and I'll mail it to you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
looking forward to
Thank
working
you.
with you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Antoine.
Okay, all right. Okay, that takes us to public comment period number 1. Please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and try to limit your comments to 5 minutes. Nobody? Okay. Great. Closing public comment period number 1. Moving on to the consent calendar. Approve the minutes of the August 26th, 2025 Borough Council meeting.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Action and discussion items. Ordinance number 837. Amend Chapter 350 Vehicles and Traffic. Discussion on and if appropriate. Suggested motion to authorize the Borough Solicitor to prepare and advertise ordinance number 837, an ordinance amending the following provisions of Chapter 350, Vehicles and Traffic of the Palmyra Borough Code of Ordinances, Section 350-26, Special Purpose Parking Zones, add 5 handicap spots as listed on our agenda, and remove 2. Any discussion? Comments, thoughts? Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? President's report, just a reminder, there is a, we're getting to that, okay. I don't have anything, that's later. Never mind, I'm not gonna announce it twice. All right, I have nothing, so mayor report.
Do your best to keep this town looking great, because it's really important. That's all I really have for tonight. Just keep on making the town look great.
Thank you. Okay, that takes us to the financial report. Financial statement, sorry. As of August 31st, 2025 will be available at the September 23rd meeting. takes us to the delinquent sewer and refuse account report.
Okay, before we panic on this,
Well, wait a minute. I'm not sure we're gonna panic when
No.
it was $300,000 at one point, but.
Right. But I want to give you a couple of bullet points about this, about where we are with our delinquencies. For those that are in the audience, it went up a little bit. The over 180 days went up a little bit as compared to last year. But the issue that we have been dealing with is we have 5 properties in Shadowstone for a combined balance of more than $17,000 owed, okay? We cannot place liens on these properties because the manufacturing home owners do not own the lot. So we can't lien the property. So in the meantime, we're working with the solicitor to find out if there's any way that we can place an encumbrance on the title. So the only option we have until she researches that is to go in and take their TVs and take their couches and take their pots and pans and sell them at an auction, and I'm not doing that. You know, I just am not, so, okay. So we're gonna do our best on that. 3 of the highest balances right now, which is a combined balance of over 15,000, are with the solicitor and going for writ. One, we just received judgment, and we're gonna go to foreclosure. It will probably be not till December, but the other 2 are in the process. On the next agenda, I have additional properties to put on for a writ for council's consideration. What happens is, once you approve them, we can work with those folks, and if they don't live up to that, I don't need to bring them back to you. We already have approval to move forward, so. But after all of that, I will tell you, out of the approximately 3,000 that we bill for sewer and refuse, we only have 24 accounts that have an outstanding balance of over 2,000. That's it, okay? Out of,
That's very good compared to what it was.
compared to what it was. Out of the 3,000, approximately 3,000 accounts, 44 accounts have an outstanding balance over $1,000, from 1,000 to the highest. So that's only 44 out of about 3,000. And overall, we consider your account delinquent if it's over, if the balance owed is more than the 221 per quarter. And out of the approximately 3,000 accounts, we only have 278 accounts that are over the 221. And most of those are with this billing period. So, now, we're doing okay. So don't let this report reflect, you know, that we're not doing things.
Oh, we know you are.
I know, but,
Yeah.
So with the mobile homes, that's not like a regular
No.
lease where it doesn't go
no,
on
anybody that
property.
owns a,
Because they rent the property.
anybody that owns a
Regular rental, I
manufactured
guess.
home actually has a title, because it can be pulled out of there at any time.
Right.
It's on wheels, so it's by title. The lot that they put it on is owned by the park, so they pay a lot rent. And we've experienced in some cases with folks coming in that their lot rent is exorbitant at this point and continues to increase. So, no, we fully anticipate, no, one of those balances, the person has passed away and we're waiting for an estate. So we'll end up getting that, but, yeah, we've got some accounts in the Shadowstone development that are significantly delinquent.
You know what the highest amount owed is?
Right now, 6,300, and that one's for writ. Are you talking overall, or are you talking in Shadowstone? In Shadowstone, it's
Again, that's
5,500.
no, just overall. I mean, that's,
Considering that we had one that was
And one was-
38,000,
And
Yeah.
one was 40,000, so.
yeah, when we finally collected on that was 38,000. So,
Now, the other month, the lady we had in here, did she finalize all her stuff? The lady that was here that we approved?
oh yeah, she's up to date.
Excellent,
Mm-hmm.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank her for honoring that. Well,
well,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was activity at that house after she paid the balance from his side, so we're not exactly sure what's going on there. Yeah, that's an interesting property, but at least we got our sewer and refuse. We'll let the chief handle the rest.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you as always. Okay, that takes us to fire department and EMS report. Everybody has, I'm sorry, the August Citizens Fire Company #1 monthly report was emailed last week. And the July Lifeline monthly EMS report is in front of us. Ambulance 48 was staffed 736 of 744 hours for 98.9%. Ambulance 49 was staffed an additional 150 hours. Fire Services Commission meeting is tomorrow night at 6:30. Just a reminder, all elected members of Borough Council and North Londonderry Township Supervisors are invited to attend to discuss the future with all the fire department officers. Which takes us to firehouse loan issues, and I will turn that over to Roger.
Yes. This is the last year of the 5-year interest rate forgiveness that Jonestown Bank had given us on the loan. So we will be reverting back to the original amortization schedule. So we're currently paying, the last 5 years, we've paid about $75,000 on the loan. That payment's gonna go back up to about $129,000, so that's pretty significant. We have talked to Jonestown, with the way the original loan rate was like 4.5%. That's already lower than what the current interest rates are. So there's probably not gonna be much of a motivation for them to give us any kind of a break. But I know North Londonderry's been working on them pretty hard. Even if we get 0.5% or something, it would be beneficial, so. So we're trying, but I don't expect anything to come
Anything's
of
better
that.
than nothing.
Yeah.
Can we do like a bond with this? Is that an option?
Well, that'll cost you a lot of money to do that.
But we probably maybe wasn't economical at the time, but maybe we should have rolled this into the municipal bond thing we
Yeah.
have.
The second component of this is North Londonderry's kicking the idea around of paying their half of what they owe. I guess they have a pot of money burning a hole in their pocket.
Must be nice.
And they just wanted to ask if it was okay with council if they do that, because we'd have to change the agreement. They would foot all the costs on changing all the agreements and that type of thing. So I said, I can't imagine that you would have
No.
an issue with that, but.
Do they want to
And,
pay our
and I
half
don't
off
know,
too?
I don't know if they're gonna do this for sure or not. I don't even know if they know for sure, but,
As long as we don't have to pocket any costs,
Right.
we're,
so I just wanted to get that confirmed.
Now, since this was 5 years ago, what was this loan for?
The new firehouse, the
station.
building.
Fire
yeah.
station.
The loans will be paid off in 2045 is the last year of the loan. So,
Now, we're only, each,
it's a $5 million loan.
yeah, each side is kicking in $75,000 a year with our fire tax, or whatever you want to call it. There's not much left after 129 for loan payment.
we're carrying a little extra money in the fire protection fund, but we'll probably have to adjust the fire tax rate a little bit for that. Unfortunately.
Okay. He doesn't have anything to go after that, yeah.
Western London County Regional Police Department. Chief Winters, what do you got for us?
I have nothing unless you have something for me.
You should turn your microphone on so everybody can hear you say that.
They could hear me, I'm good and loud this time.
Anybody have anything for the police department? All right, Planning Commission did not meet in August, which takes us to Public Works. Superintendent's report is in front of us. I have one question about that. What is the IAM-GIS training for?
That's the sewers?
Yeah, IMGIS is GIS software that former Superintendent Clint Krieger wanted for us because we can have everything, we can build on the platform. So we can have our sewer layers in there, we can actually use sensing equipment to locate sewer laterals that we don't really know where they're at while we're doing cammering operations, and actually continue to build the map as time goes on. We can also GPS all our sign locations, create a sign inventory that's on GIS instead of on an Excel spreadsheet like we currently have. So
Antiquated.
It is awesome.
it's pretty cool.
I just didn't remember what it was. That's why I asked.
And we can even create work orders, so if a resident calls in and has a complaint or an issue, we can send a work order to Public Works for them to follow up on. It is, they love it.
Is this what he went out to Ohio for or something?
No.
No,
Oh, that was
that
the
was
sewer
sewer.
stuff.
That
was
sewer.
Okay.
Thank you. Anybody else with any questions on the, lost my spot, on the monthly report? Okay. All right, that takes us to Borough Properties.
Town Square, good news. I think they finally figured out what was wrong with the clock. Verdun technician stopped in, and he could not get consistent voltage to the clock mechanism. So we had, it was fluctuating between 98 and 108 volts, and it should be 120 volts consistent. So there was something going on there. So I had Jason Heisey take a look at it, and he had good power coming from the source, but then he saw a box that he was never in before he opened the box. It was a transformer that was in there, and the connections to the transformer were horrible. Every time he would move it, he could see the voltage fluctuation. So he made good connections, and he reset the clock, and it set itself almost to perfect time, and it's been keeping perfect time since. So I think that's what the problem's been the whole time. So, and that was probably from original installation, so.
Okay.
Great.
So let's hope that we finally have a good clock now, so. 40 East Front Street, all the milling pile is gone, and we are ready to try to sell that again. We've actually had 2 parties express interest in buying the property. What we have to do is we have to pass a resolution, and then we can advertise it for sale. So we already did that once about 8 years ago, and we got no interest. So we'll do that again. Solicitor wanted to know if you wanted to put a minimum bid on it or not. It's a half-acre lot in light industrial zoning. It does have the environmental impact with the monitoring wells.
Can we, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just as a refresher, we bought it at tax upset sale, we tore the building down, so we probably have close to $80,000 into the property. I don't know if it's worth 80, who knows, I don't know. But she just wanted to know if you wanted to put a minimum bid on for the advertisement.
So the issue with this is the remediation of the property. So anybody who buys it, if they want to dig, if I remember correctly, if they want to dig, they have to remediate the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with some sort of minimum, but obviously
Yeah.
because that's gonna be a factor in whoever buys that property. That's a lot of money.
Both parties that I talked to aren't concerned about that, because what they're gonna do with it, it doesn't matter, so.
Okay.
But that report that we had, the remediation plan that we had done, that Ritu did for us, was, our cost then was about $90,000.
Yeah, I'd say no, minimum 90 then, because we gotta get our money back.
If they're not thinking about digging, problem is if somebody else would be interested, You say we have 80 in?
90.
Well, 80, I mean, the tax of sale was like $2,800 if I remember right, and the demolition was like 76, 77, something like that. So.
But you've had
it's
how
about
many
80,
years
and that's
of
how
no
many years.
tax income from that
Right.
property, so you'll start
Yes.
receiving that.
If you put an 80, if you put a minimum bid of 80 on it, and somebody else is interested that might want to dig, that takes them right out of the equation.
Yep.
So,
And then you don't
I don't
sell it.
know, I'm not opposed to the minimum, I'd like to get our money back out of it,
I don't think that's gonna happen.
but yeah, I don't
I do
either,
this for a living, no,
yeah.
that money's going.
But
What I would do
it
is get an go get a third-party appraisal, even if it's your local realtor or something, said, what is this lot worth? Then you subtract out the impact fee, there's not gonna be. So,
But it never hurts to try though, because if we could get it for 80, that would be great, but if we can't, and it's not selling, then we can go another route. But if we go the other route without trying the 80, then we would never know. So, that's how I look at
Well,
it
the
too.
only thing is if you advertise it with the minimum bid and neither of these parties are interested, I mean, we haven't had anybody interested in it for
Yeah.
all the time I worry if we push those people away. I mean,
Yeah, they're not gonna
I'm all
come
for
back
getting
if
it
we
back on
say,
the
okay,
tax
forget
rolls.
the minimum bid, yeah.
I don't know.
Those two people, I'm assuming you have like their contact, can you at least like float it by them and see like what their thoughts are?
Did they give you any indication? Or?
No, we didn't talk price at all.
I just don't want to scare them off.
don't
because
either.
honestly, I'm
I don't either,
more interested in getting it back on the tax rolls.
yeah.
Well, you could calculate to see how much taxes you lost in the years that you
Yeah.
bought it and to see where that's at compared to the
Yeah.
purchase and the
That might be a way
remediation
to
price
go.
and.
Could we do that till the
I
next
think
meeting?
there should be some minimum. I'm just not sure what that
Yeah.
minimum should be.
And we can calculate that for the next meeting.
Okay.
Just to give you an idea of, how many years that you've missed the tax income from that piece of property, and that might be lower than the remediation and the purchase and,
Let's do that
okay.
for the next
So
meeting
we
to
have
see
all
what
the
that is.
information.
Do you think it would hurt to see what the other two companies, what their thoughts are? Like, hey, how much are you willing? Like, just curious. Like, do you think that hurts or?
I wouldn't tell, I mean, if I was interested in a property and somebody asked me, what do you think? You're
gonna
interested in,
lowball.
I'm not sure I'm telling them.
and it's adjacent to the apartment building that's being redone.
It's adjacent to the mill,
Because the
and
neighbor-
then,
There's a house there.
there's another
No,
building, and
yeah,
there's
the
an
other
apartment
hand away.
next door.
Not
yeah.
necessarily, you could say it's between this price set, and then just say, hey, would you be interested in that type of range?
I just get a third-party appraisal and be done.
Yeah, can we also get, contact a realtor and find out,
Third-party appraisal.
yeah, get somebody to just give us an idea.
Would that cost money?
Of course.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of that then. I'm not, sorry.
Yeah, they don't do them free anymore.
I'm
But
not a
it shouldn't be
fan.
more than a couple $100. I mean, look at me saying a couple $100, that's a lot of money.
They get like percentage or whatever, and they wanna
Now,
be
for an
involved.
appraisal, I don't think that, if they were selling it, they would. I think there are people who just appraise,
Right.
and they have a fee for that, and then
Yes,
it's done.
And it's thousands usually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want an official appraisal with the book and the whole 9 yards, it's gonna be.
I don't know that we need that.
Yeah, we don't need that, but.
Well, how much can the property be worth with all the environmental
Yeah.
issues? in it? You can appraise at $100,000, but the environmental stuff will take it down to
What's the?
15.
How big is it again?
It's 0.51 acres. But you can look at it too, we have 80,000 into it, but it's gonna cost us by now, it's probably 100,000 to clean it up, so you're actually saving 20 grand if you wanna get rid of you're just getting rid of the environmental problem, the violation.
And you said those two companies, they have interest in digging or they don't have interest?
They have interest in the lot.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they wanna build anything there, I think they just wanna have the land for it.
Oh, if they don't wanna build anything there, then maybe the 80 would be fine.
We're not gonna pay anything for it.
don't know,
Well,
just,
well, the other component of this is, I mean, we have to do this by public bid too. So, I mean, other people are gonna possibly be interested, but obviously we know we have two that are interested, but I don't know how much we should be involved with prospective bidders.
Yeah.
no, that makes
No.
sense.
I think we should start with getting how much tax revenue we've lost
Sure.
for next meeting.
Yep.
And then continue from there, if that's okay with everybody.
Can we see that and also how much we've put into it too from both angles? Then we can see both pictures.
There was no, like, grass cutting or anything, was there?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's a little bit of stuff we had to
Okay,
trim.
because I was gonna
yeah.
say, if I thought that was a lot of,
It's not much.
Yeah.
It's like the beauty strip between the curb and sidewalk and the weeds along the curb line and stuff like that, so there hasn't been a whole lot there.
All right, put that back on for next meeting, please.
That's it for the borough properties. Nothing exciting's happening at the cemetery. Parks, I don't have anything for parks. Do you have anything? Nothing refuse recycling related. Although we have a white goods pickup coming up, don't we? October,
Yard waste?
white goods.
Oh, white goods, October the 12th? It might be.
So if anybody has white goods, you know, water heaters, dishwashers, washers and dryers, refrigerators, anything like that they need to get rid of, we just buy the tag and it'll go away on that date, so.
please make sure they're all secure so nothing can get in them.
Correct.
Yes.
Sewer system, pump station 3, we actually heard something back from DEP, and Ratu had to address some comments, so they promised us, they've already resubmitted this stuff to DEP, so DEP apparently promised us to have a response back by October, so we're getting there. Sinkholes, the sinkhole at the 900 block of East Cherry Street,
He's growing.
yeah, a little bit. Thank goodness it hasn't been raining. We were waiting for the water company to determine if we could relocate the water service there before we start digging, but that's a whole fiasco, so it looks like we're just gonna fix the hole and then worry about the water line secondarily, so. Because that property's been without water since July, so.
Oh,
So, yeah.
wow.
So whenever Custer Excavating's available to get started on that, we'll start working on it. We haven't had anything else, thank goodness. It's been dry, which is helping. Stormwater, anything notable there? Oh, yes, the culvert at Mark in Maine. We got our camera truck back from the shop. They found out what was going on with the generator, so now it's working fantastic. So we cambered the culvert, and what we thought was hanging down in the center of the culvert, we thought was the expansion joint material, but it's actually a piece of one of the overlying blocks. So the concrete's actually kind of crumbling. So, and some of the walls, the tops of the walls of the culvert don't look too good either. So our original repair plan is out the window. So the temporary plan now is we're just gonna try to figure out what kind of pipes we can stuff in there. Then they'll drill holes and they'll put flowable fill or grout or whatever they decide to do, so we can get rid of the metal plates. And Ratu's, they've already got me a cost on a box culvert to replace it. That's just shy of 400,000 just for the structure. And then to, dig the old one out and put the new one in, it's probably somewhere between $650,000 and $750,000, which obviously we don't have that money right now, so we'll have to start looking for grant money and things like that, so,
We have to do both sides.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's Pier Alley.
That's
Main.
Mark and Main Street.
Yeah.
Any more good news tonight?
Yes. These guys are out of money.
There's gotta be something good in here.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Street and alley maintenance, we reached out to 3 local paving contractors to get prices for paving those alleys that have been complained about, Division Street and Arch Street, just west of North Railroad. We reached out to 3 contractors, 2 responded with quotes, so the cheapest quote was $9,600.
Well, it's
Plus
better
us.
than 96,000.
Yeah, plus us buying
Goodness.
the asphalt, so we'll probably have about 15,000 into it, so we're under the bid threshold, so,
Of course we are.
And we're
Yeah,
under our
we're under
budget
the
that we,
budget. We have plenty of money for that, so, I didn't have this on the agenda. I mean, you probably should make a motion to approve it, but we'll do that at the next meeting. I'll tell them to get it on the schedule a while, but, because we want to try to do it on a Monday because Lazaro's is closed, so.
That
And
makes sense.
Public Works guys said too, Monday would be best because there wouldn't be as much traffic or anything, so. So we'll see when they're available, and then the next meeting you can approve it and we'll be good to go.
Going back to 8C, the West Main Street and South Mark, that 650,000, was that for, I'm sorry to ask this, was that one side or was that for the
That's for
entire
both.
thing?
That's for the whole, replacement of the whole thing.
Okay, thank you. I was hoping that's what he'd say.
We don't have a time limit on that.
No.
It's just an inconvenience.
Yeah, I mean, the temporary repair will make it good for many years, really, so we're not gonna be under a super time crunch, but.
No, but it is a huge number looming, so.
Yeah,
It's only gonna get bigger.
Yep, yep. And it's gonna take a PennDOT permit and all that stuff, so there'll be a lot to do for that, but at least it's not like an emergency type thing, at least not yet, anyway. Let's hope it doesn't get to that point. So that's pretty much it for Public Works.
One other question, and it's just more of a curiosity question. Doesn't the water company have to provide water to the houses?
They do.
So how can 900 East Cherry be without water since July?
Well,
And they're not fixing it?
Well, there was a problem with the property owners making contact with them originally.
Okay.
So I sent a message to our field operations supervisor that we deal with. I never got a response, but magically they met on site and talked about it. Because we wanted to relocate the water location, but there's not a water main on South Duke Street. That's what we wanted to do. That way it would be completely out of the way. They could put water back into the house, everything's good, we can do the repair, and we're good. The water company, so the alternative was, they can't do that, so I said, can we move it closer to the intersection of Cherry and Duke, because that would still get it out of the way. They said, no, we don't want to move the water tap location. So that's when we said, okay, fine, we're just gonna fix the hole, and we'll worry about the water line.
But how can they justify a home, a residence having no water for over a month
Nobody's
and a half?
living there.
Well, nobody's living there.
Okay,
the
I didn't know
The
that.
people that bought the house.
I thought somebody was living
For
there.
their son, and their son moved back with them temporarily, so.
Okay, okay. That's the piece
And
I didn't know. Okay.
I don't think they contacted them right away about it either, so.
Okay. That's how they're getting away with it, because nobody's there.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Nothing for traffic signals?
Nope.
Nothing else? Anybody have anything for Roger? Okay, solicitors report. I don't, no, we didn't have anything.
Nothing.
Okay, that takes us to zoning and codes enforcement.
You should have the report in front of you.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. I totally did not understand that, but I got it now. Got it. Any questions on the report in front of us? Zoning codes and, zoning officer, codes enforcement officer, monthly report. Yes, no? No? Okay. Zoning hearing board, hearing scheduled for Monday, September 8th. Sorry, that was last night. Oh my goodness, I'm having a bad night. I'm sorry. There was a hearing last night. 740 West Main Street. It was continued from August 11th.
They continued the hearing last night, and they granted the request for the special exception with the condition that there'd be no outside vendors ever. So everything has to be done inside.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that takes us to Borough Manager's Report. 310 to 312 East Cherry.
Sorry, I have a question about that.
Sorry.
So say they wanted to do a anniversary party in the future and they wanted food trucks or stuff, that can't be? Or is it no permanent?
No, yeah, no,
Like
no
no-
vendors
okay.
outside as
So
far,
the-
like setting up tables for stuff
Okay, that's what
for
I
sale.
just wanted
Yeah,
to check.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so Borough Manager's Report, 310 to 312 East Cherry Street Agreement with Thomas Hammond Senior.
Yes, this goes back to our sinkhole situation in the 300 block of East Cherry Street. To refresh your memory, we had developed an agreement with Mr. Hammond that he would continue to own the property until his death, where it will revert automatically upon his death to the borough. He has never contacted us. Joselle sent the agreement, we've sent the agreement. I have emailed him, I don't even know how many times, and we tried to make contact with him again. We deal with his son fairly regularly. We told his son to have Senior call us. There's been no contact whatsoever, so,
And Senior has remarried since.
and he has remarried. Now, so I talked to Joselle about this. She doesn't see a deed change at all, so the remarriage isn't complicating anything with the agreement, but it's a loose end that I've been wanting to tie up. I mean, we developed this agreement 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And our detention basin's there, it's been there, so this is a loose end that needs to be tied up. So the option is, you've already passed a resolution for eminent domain, but that was more for the agreement for not having the real estate transfer tax and all that kind of stuff. So if we want to push the issue, we'll have to do a different resolution to I guess there actually has to be an ordinance to do eminent domain on those two remaining properties, so.
They do it.
I mean, it can't be certified mail or,
We've done it.
We've done all that stuff.
We've done it. For 5 years, we've tried to reach out to him.
It
We are-
obviously cannot be too important.
We are at the end.
It has
Of
the
what
sheriff
we
tried
can
to
do.
over it.
What's that?
Why, he lives in Frederick, Maryland, so.
Oh, he lives down there. Gosh,
So,
okay,
so no one's living.
I mean, ample time.
yeah.
yeah, nobody likes eminent domain, but in this particular
No,
case,
I
the last
really
thing you
don't
want to
like
do
it,
is get
but-
caught up in an estate issue.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
So,
Passes,
Yes,
then his
and
wife has it.
the gentleman
Yeah,
said,
now
Exactly.
now it's hers,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
and the gentleman has had enough time.
yes, more
And-
than enough.
Yeah, I don't like it, but,
And you've tried multiple avenues with no results.
Right.
it's all documented?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we did all this at his request, too.
Yes,
So
I
I
remember.
would think he would want to get this.
yeah, you paid your solicitor to come up with an agreement for him.
And what did his son say when you spoke with him, or?
Oh, he said his dad, because we asked him, is your dad doing okay? You know, is he, yeah, I'll tell him about this, I'll have him call you, and he never,
That's when we found out that he remarried.
yeah,
Okay.
so.
You need a,
I think that's it.
So do you
you
need
don't
a
need a
motion?
motion on
Not tonight, no, I just, we'll have Giselle work on that stuff. And
Okay, yeah.
we'll
have
get it on,
Joselle
probably be on the
draw
agenda, the
something up.
next agenda.
Yep. It is a shame, but. Yeah, this is just a fun meeting tonight. Roger?
Oh, one more thing. The next meeting, the auditors, our audit is finally done, believe it or not. And they will be here at the beginning of the next meeting to give the audit report.
It's always a fun one.
And one last bit of good news, Marcus heard this earlier today, but we got our audit engagement letter for the 2025 audit, and the price has gone up to $56,250.
Okay, bids.
Well, it's almost too late
I
to
mean-
do it for this year, but yeah, we can do it for next year for sure.
Yeah, we're doing it for next year.
What was
It's a lot of
it?
money tonight.
What was it, 36,000 for the 2024?
And like 2 years ago, it was like 15 or
It was
something.
like 14 something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going crazy. And a lot of that's because the GASB standards changed, so they have to do different things.
I at least want to see other bids for next year.
Yeah, at
And I'm
least-
sure the rest of us do too.
I'm sure they're all gonna be in the same
Or
ballpark
the
now,
following
but-
year, whatever.
Yeah.
And on that note, because.
I
of-
can't take any more.
Well, no, we're actually moving in a good direction, because of the GASB changes. Just a little bit of an explanation. Our auditors can no longer assist us at the end of the year, meaning they used to give us the adjustments that had to be made. The reason for that is because we function on a cash basis, but our audit is always on an accrual basis because your bond requires it. Okay, then there's a difference between the accrual and the cash that we have to make book adjustments for. In the past, they have given us those adjustments and we've made those adjustments. Because of the GASB changes, they can no longer give us that information. They cannot help us with that. They tell us what reports they want, we have to print those reports. Okay, so we have a separate billing system and a QuickBooks accounting system that do not talk to each other, which means every time we go to bill, nothing from our billing cycle goes into our accounts receivable. Okay, so we're not, as payments come in, we're not paying into that. I'm trying to do accounting here in layman's terms. So we've told you before, we're looking at a new accounting system, but we are also looking at the possibility of possibly switching our utility billing system so that the two talk. We're getting prices. I have an appointment to talk to the third vendor about the possibility of switching for the 2026 year, if not 2027. But at the same time, we are looking at, we have a 3-year contract with this cloud permit. We're looking to see if we can find more information on the functionality of cloud permit, because I do not think we're using it to the fullest extent that it offers. You get minimal training, and sometimes it's trial by error. You have to figure things out on your own. But we're also looking to see if there's a way that we can't combine all of this into one program so that when we get zoning payments in for zoning permits or code violation payments in for code violations, that it will talk to the financial system so that everything would be in one and allow us to meet the requirements of the auditors. So that's what we're in the process of doing.
And in the long run, that could save a lot of time and money.
Save a lot of time and money. Maybe not upfront.
Right.
It'll be a long-term
Well,
time of.
you always have an investment. And to recoup that investment
Yes.
might take a couple years.
Well, you figure,
several
we've been
years.
with the Edmunds system for utility billing since 2010. We've paid that initial cost back over that, but it does not talk to QuickBooks. So,
That doesn't make sense.
and it's a problem. We don't have an accounts receivable report, and that's when they come in. That's part of why, the things that they have to do to get us to an accrual basis audit. So I'm sorry, I'm talking accounting stuff here, but the reality is, you know, we're not the only municipality that's gonna have to deal with this. Those that are doing a cash-based, you know, accounting is, unless they required to do an accrual-based audit, you know, there's a huge difference there.
And there's a possibility that because of these changes, we may have to work with another accounting firm to help us prepare for the audit, since the auditors have to
That's
remain
what I heard, was
independent.
that you need a third party to get the
Yes.
information.
So I can't imagine that's gonna be
Exactly
too
what I
cheap either, so
It's,
it's maddening.
You know.
It really is maddening.
the generally accepted accounting principles, GASB board made these changes, and
Well, it's not the first time. Is that a state or federal?
It's federal.
It's not the first time that the state or the federal government has mandated changes that have cost this borough and other municipalities a ton of money.
And I checked in to see if we could get a waiver of the accrual requirements, and the bond counsel said, forget it, it'll cost you a ton of money, they'll never say yes, and so he's not advising to do it, so I said, okay, I figured you'd tell me that, but had to try. So, because if you can get a waiver from the board, then you can get a
cash-based.
cash-based audit, and it would be much better, but, so that's where we're at.
Are you reaching, I'm sure you are, reaching out to other boroughs, sister boroughs, to ask them what they're doing?
This is all new, so this will be the
This
first
is only within
year
the
for-
last
yeah.
year or so.
Yeah. So it's gonna hit all of us, and we'll be like, what? So-
Yeah.
Okay. No communications. Any other business? Mayor?
Dare anybody bring anything up?
Really?
Mayor?
Nope.
Marcus? Wise choices. All right, public comment period number 2. Please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and try to limit your comments to 3 minutes. Nobody? Okay. All right, closing public comment period number 2. Borough Council will conduct its next public meetings on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, and Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, beginning at 7 p.m. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.